What's up, Transformdom? This is Ben here, and welcome to episode 99 of Charged News, your one-stop MP news shop. Before we start, hit the like and share buttons. It really does help the channel. New releases. Well, with the TFCon LA just concluded, we have a slew of convention exclusive. We got the MB24B Wingman, which is a Chosen Prime exclusive. We got the 3 and Up and Toy Dojo and Madhouse exclusive RMX 17 Harmony. And here's a quick look at the RMX Harmony's promotional pics. And we also got the Market Toys recolored MTRC01 Tangerine Swarm and MTRC02 Paul. Hey, recolors. Pre-release updates. Well, the Star Toys showed us a bit more prototype pics of their tracks, so you can see the scale of it, and some cool alt mode and third mode pics. Very cool. Over there at the convention, Fans Toys featured their fantastic Model 2 Marg, and this time with more paint colors and more details of their version and interpretation of Ultra Magnus. There's still no real clues of the scale that Ultra Magnus would be in, but you can see it is quite posable, with the shoulder bits being able to extend outward to give him a bit more articulation. Being a shell-formed combiner-esque Ultra Magnus, you can see when he opens up his chest, you can see the Inabot chest in there. It will feature a variety of faceplates, including a half Ultra Magnus inspired and half Inabot helmet or head. And of course, we've got the Inabot for Marg. Very nice and looks pretty darn articulated in some of these promotional pics. Arms do flex outward and in a variety of directions, and so do the legs and hips. And it has insane ab crunch, although it does break the scalp a little bit. Nonetheless, there's still no convincing evidence of a butterfly joint, which is still not featured in these promotional shots. Of course, we've got Ultra Magnus in scale with Recorder and the upcoming Optimus Prime. So you can see Marg will not be towering over Optimus Prime, just about a head taller. And we also see the alt mode for Marg. It has a trailer stand and doors that open up. So that is pretty darn cool. And I wonder if it will fit some of the Fans Toys Autobot cars. But we shall see. The cab is pearlescent white in its alt mode. It has full looking sized fuel tanks on the side of the rig and looks quite incredible indeed. And over at the convention, we see updated images of what's going to be included in the MX-47 X-Trans Bots Ron. You can see the slew of accessories that we saw in the cartoon, plus a comic-inspired head. We can see the van mode looking very much like the Takara Tomy vans. And the bottom of the van looks pretty clean, where the legs are well hidden in there. And for comparison, here is Ron with tracks. New reveals. Well, the Ocular Max Perfection series revealed their latest foray into the Decepticon combiner, starting with the PS27 Deletus. And this is their interpretation of Scrapper. Being Ocular Max, this will be an all-in-one combiner. So you can see this interpretation of Scrapper looking quite nice. Kind of reminds me of a New Age style in terms of its rendered colors. But we also see Deletus in the combiner mode, both from the front and the back. Ocular Max also revealed their PS28 Demolitor, and this is their version of Mixmaster, the other leg on their combiner. And of course, they all revealed the combined mode Destructor. Destructor, being an all-in-one combiner, does look a little top heavy and pretty bulky at the torso and shoulder areas, but they already do have a lot of experience with their combiners. And over at the convention, some of you got to saw the prototype of Deleters and Demolitor, and looked pretty good. And finally, the Perfection series ends with a reveal of Shift Lane. This is a recolor of their Swindle, and now painted in more military army green with its very bright orange chest piece. Now, Fans Toys revealed through their new designer and is marketed as the futuristic model FMO3 Warhorse, and this is Fans Toys' interpretation of Masterpiece scaled Ironhide. And I like the lines on this toy. It looks pretty clean and there's not a lot of gappy panels everywhere, especially the front section. It looks very clean and reminds me so much about how I was very impressed of how Ironhide or MP427 was, especially the legs and thighs and lower torso areas. However, when I look from the side of the toy, the cab section, which makes up the chest, does seem a bit off, because it's the whole side piece of the van collapse into the chest piece that kind of reminds me that it looks like a regular hood. What I mean to say, it just reminds me more like Trailbreaker's front chest piece instead of an Ironhide front chest piece. So it's a little disappointed because you can see the whole entire door section of Warhorse there. And we also saw Warhorse in the alt mode. The van looks pretty clean from the side, and I do love that we get articulated doors. So that is pretty amazing, and it really does one up on the competition. Moldmate FMO4 Doc is futuristic model's interpretation of Masterpiece Ratchet. Being a mold made of Warhorse, everything looks pretty much the same except for the head sculpt and of course the decals that might appear on the toy. You will get a variety of helmet options, of course, and facial expressions. And again, I don't really see any evidence of a butterfly joint in these promotional pictures, but for normal sets of articulation, it will look very good. Doc will also come with a sleigh or repair bay where you can put up a lot of his accessories, although it seems quite limited in these renders. And Fans Toys showed their second Constructicon, dubbed FT32B Right, and this is their interpretation of Scavenger. This render looks very nice in its metallic fuchsia like purple and neon metallic green, and the face sculpt looks quite good. We also have right next to FT32A Gary, and we have right in the alternate mode. I don't see any of the promotional pics showing any left to right articulation around the tracks and body part of the toy, but I guess that's quite okay. And finally, we also have right in the combined mode, and we got some options where the crane can be inserted as part of its biceps. And then finally, X-Transbots revealed their latest Autobot from Season 1, MX-48 Radcliffe. You can see Radcliffe in its painted glory, and this looks kind of real, like it's almost ready to go and ready for production. It does remind me of a lot of elements that I saw in the Masterpiece scaled Ratchet, and being X-Transbots, we will get a slew of accessories that we saw in the original toy and some more, like the comic inspired head. I would like to point out that in my opinion, the chest piece, the shape of the chest piece looks more proportional than the Fans Toys version and looks more like a vanette, the front of a vanette van, as opposed to the Fans Toys interpretation. But I think X-Transbots needs to fix that helmet and face. That face looks too sunk in to the helmet, and you can hardly see the face. So I think there's room for improvements over there. Additionally, a lot of people have been complaining about the transformational lines that we get from all the hinges on the chest, and maybe putting the Autobot insignia will kind of stay hidden when we display him on the shelf. There are no butterfly joints depicted in the promotional pics over here, but because of the little tab piece that is shown in some of the pictures, I believe you can untab the shoulder bits to kind of have faux-like butterfly joint. And to top it off, we can see in the accessories, we will be able to swap out the MP52 heads with Ratcliffe. So all these are pretty amazing. And finally, we have Ratcliffe in the alternate mode, and because I don't see any promotional pics with doors that can open, and also all the panel line pieces on the door section, I don't think any of the doors will function and open like the Fans Toys version. Well, that is it for G1 Masterpiece News this time around. What are you guys excited for? Did you guys pick up any of the convention exclusives? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and share buttons, and also smash the sub and bell icons for more future videos. Again, this is Ben signing off, and I'll see you on the flip side.